something out. This story is like something out of a horror movie. A crisis has developed at South Africa's remote Sanae 4 research base in Antarctica. It's about 2,500 miles from home. Last month, a member of the 9-person team sent an urgent email reporting a male researcher physically assaulted one colleague and threatened to kill another. They fear for their safety and requested help. But this base is now cut off from the sea, and any evacuation flight could face winds exceeding 130 miles per hour and sub-zero temperatures. The team isn't scheduled to return to South Africa until mid-December. And yes, these researchers undergo psychological evaluations. Government officials say that the situation is under control and everyone is cooperating with specialists who are mediating the situation, and that the person in question has shown remorse. But this isn't the first time this has happened at the base. There have been several altercations in the past with at least 2 people evacuated during previous expeditions. And this has raised questions about the reliability of the tests used to screen people.
Here's Johnny!
This is Sinai 5, a remote research base in Antarctica. For 9 South African scientists, this isolated facility has become more than just a research outpost. It is now the site of a troubling situation. The team arrived in February for a 13-month mission to conduct climate monitoring, atmospheric studies, and geological surveys in these rooms. Early in the mission, a crew member reported an assault, claiming a colleague had threatened to kill another team member. The South African government confirmed an assault took place, but decided it will not undergo a costly emergency extraction to evacuate the scientists from the remote base. Officials say the station is now calm and under control as an investigation continues. Despite the tension, the team will remain focused on their work, gathering data to better understand the planet's changing climate.
Sounds like a horror movie plot.
In Antarctica, pleading for rescue after one of their own leaves them fearing for their lives. A South African research team sent out a worrying email pleading to officials to be saved, claiming a member of their team had made physical and sexual attacks and continues to make threats on their lives. In the email, the author went on to say, "I remain deeply concerned about my own safety, constantly wondering if I might become the next victim." The team were to remain there for 10 more months. However, officials are believed to be assessing their situation. Authorities refused to evacuate 9 researchers from an isolated Antarctic station after one allegedly turned violent. The unnamed man at the remote Sanae 4 base was accused of attacking the team leader, threatening a colleague, and sexually assaulting 2 women. A whistleblower's urgent email called the situation deeply disturbing and called for an emergency evacuation. "I remain deeply concerned about my own safety, constantly wondering if I might become the next victim," the email read. Now, the South African officials say the alleged perpetrator apologized and was willing to undergo a psychological evaluation, with no emergency evacuation foreseeable. While authorities confirmed the team leader was attacked, they denied the sexual assault
Couldn't get the astronauts for some reason for 9 months. And now, in Antarctica, there's 10 scientists trapped, and we're not able to go and get them for 9 months. And that's not even the crazy part. Allegedly, a researcher attacked his colleagues while stationed at an isolated base in Antarctica. Apparently, there's an investigation underway for what has allegedly happened over there. We're not able to go and get them until December. This guy was acting deeply disturbing. I'm also pretty sure this happened during a 24-hour night cycle. Apparently, his behavior is getting increasingly worse, and he's assaulting other researchers. Why can't they go and get them for 9 months? Why couldn't we get the astronauts for 9 months? What the hell is really going on? This other researcher is threatening them and physically attacking them. Why can't we just fly over there and get them? Send a plane, a helicopter, a drone, one of your rocket ships. Something's not right here. Educational and entertainment purposes. Don't believe everything you hear. That's right, 10 scientists.
The stranded research team in Antarctica that has recently started to attack each other. There is this research team that are in these compounds from 1956. They look like storage container, and they are in Antarctica in one of the coldest locations, and they are isolated. And they have just begun to basically attack each other. To the point, one of them is sending a distressed email saying they need to remove someone, but they can't because they're trapped, they're isolated, there's no getting out. This team of scientists is trapped at an isolated Antarctica base for 10 months. One of them just attacked and threatened others. They are currently stationed at a remote base in the continent in freezing temperatures and high wind mileage. So apparently one of these motherfuckers went rogue and attacked a fellow colleague. That colleague then sent an email saying that they need to get this man out of here and they are deeply disturbed. That he's also behaving in another deeply disturbing manner. I could tell you stories about what's behind the Antarctic wall and why those researchers are really there. That scientist is going rogue for a reason, and I'm interested to see what happens because they cannot leave or go get them. And what's even crazier is that one who's going rogue is sending out death threats and assaulting the other members. Who's gonna tell them that they were the experiment? I am gonna be following this story, so follow me because something tells me something else is gonna go down and they're all gonna go rogue. What the fuck did they discover out there to make them start to go crazy? Why is no one talking?
Isn't just dominating in sports, we're also dominating in research. Did you know that South Africa is one of the only countries in the world to have a research facility in Antarctica? In fact, South Africa is the only country in the whole of Africa to be doing research in Antarctica. The South African National Antarctic Program has been running since 1959, and the current research facility they're using was built in 1997. There are only 30 countries in the entire world that are doing active research in Antarctica, so it's pretty impressive that we are one of them. No DNA, just RSA.
I have been looking for articles to find out like what's fact and what's actually going on, but in the article, this one, it says Antarctica's horror movie. What? Get those people out if they don't want to be there. And from what I've read and from what I understand, they can't get out or leave until December. So we had people stuck in space, and now we have people stuck in Antarctica. No thanks. I wouldn't sign up to do this, but no thanks. And this is what they're living in. But I think there's 8 people and one's being violent. So I do feel like the 7 people should be able to fight against the one violent person. These scientists are from South Africa. So I wonder like how the news is in South Africa covering this. But all I know is if people are sending emails saying, I want out, get us out, this guy's attacking us, their government should be getting them out. But like, we didn't go get the people out of space right away. So, and then I looked into it, and this happens not a lot, but like people go crazy and attack each other when they're stationed in Antarctica quite a bit. So maybe just don't go.
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Can you tell which thing is not like the other before I finish my song? Now look very carefully.
Hey y'all, hey. I ran across someone did a video, so I went in, researched it, and Googled it myself. Okay, for people who don't know, it's about Antarctica, the Antarctica violence. Okay, this was going on in Antarctica. It's 10 researchers. Okay, one of them lost his goddamn mind. Okay, in Antarctica, it's cold, it's full of ice. It never get dark in Antarctica. It's always look like it's probably like 7:30 in the morning. It always look like that in 2 a.m. That's how it looks in Antarctica. Okay? So it's just 10 people and they are stuck. Can't nobody come in to help them, and they can't leave to be saved. They are stuck there until December 2025. They are stuck. Ain't no going nowhere. Ain't nobody coming to get them. Nothing. Okay. Another colleague have emailed CBS News that's based in South Africa who's covering this particular assignment to keep them informed and for them to inform them of whatever they may need or whatever, however it goes. But CBS is over that assignment and that's how they communicate with them because CBS is the one based in South Africa, put it on Google. One of the colleagues is 10 of them. One of them, he has snapped, y'all. He over there beating them people up, threatening to kill them, and he is one of them. And we don't know if it's a female or a male that he is grape somebody over there. Like I said, y'all, these people are stuck until December the 25th. When these scientists get on these jobs, like those astronauts, they have to be gone for months. Ain't nobody coming to save them. I just was speaking on this because I don't know if it's other people heard of it yet, and I just wanted to come voice my opinion and from my perspective. And I don't know, but you could go to Google, you could read it for yourself. But like I said, he done lost his damn mind, but that ain't the first time something like that done happened. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, well anyway, I think in the South Pole long time ago, I know in 1989, I read where research a scientist they were doing some I don't know, but he attacked one of his colleagues with an axe because he lost a chess game. He was confined. They confined. They living in these little pods. They living in these containers. They confined. They ain't got nothing going on. It's no social activity, no social structure. It's just them 10 stuck with each other till December 2025. And you got one of them is emailing, begging for help because they scared for their life. They can't eat. They can't sleep. They can't do their research, do their job because they looking over their back at for this guy, making sure he don't whack down one of them. He done lost his mind. He is tripping over there. And ain't nobody doing nothing about it to come. They want them to come and remove him, but can't nobody come in and can't nobody leave till December 2025. All right, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, you could say this a part two. I'm just coming back about the Antarctica violence. Like I said, I was just speaking on it in case other people have not heard of this yet. And like I said, I got this off Google and CBS News posted this on Google based in South Africa. This is where I got my information from. Okay, what I left out some things. I did want to let y'all know there is and trying to mediate him and give him therapy and counseling and psychiatrist help through the airwaves, FaceTime and maybe speaking to him on the phone. Because that's the only help that he can get right now. Like I said, they're they're giving him help through the waves, through the airwaves, through FaceTime and social media and things of that nature. However, this story broke out. This email was sent to CBS News February the 27th. It just not hitting the airways for us on social media to see it and Google to see it. Google made a post of this probably 2 to 3 days ago, but this email was sent out February the 27th, so he been did this. So I was just want to elaborate on that part. Some things I may have missed and didn't say. So like I said, you could Google this situation. I call it the Antarctica violence.